All right. Good afternoon. Good evening. Maybe I'll show me free beer. I believe sir about one. So that is 5. That is 5 in Ghana. About 5 for Ghana. Maybe about 7 and I'll be beside as well Europe. And my money now kwaba at about political zone media so and then a special one. I wouldn't have how do you call it come online and that I wouldn't have come online and there because and there Thanksgiving and then Thanksgiving now Canada has a holiday and Kolani now fear time for you to spend some time with them and almost some special chicken wings be a mom until free here right away. I'm gonna go do that for them. So when the notification now was so now will be so into me target whoever will be a fan of this show na umbrana yenin komo kakra and komo no very delicate very important na mesere say obi bia and the video on sabe can be no but modern na tie video ni tie the America patoto neama ho na let's make the right choice. Of the view say menu mienu etumi yere ye ho eye adwumaden e fight ma Ghana na ye pese sebe yini na ehu no abebem ama yini na ye ibin say afi no join a high political zone within the Felix Apia Oshemo TikTok mesrel any day more na o tap screen so at the mame mesrel na o share bi so at the mame say who video no kwa dia na o TikTok share bi mame o Facebook so modern na share bi mame and I tried the political zone next and so a stream at the same time to see how that helps. Intino mesrel said the amoya mame da no monwo video no so na yenko 5 minutes into the broadcast. As time goes on also no I'll try and let all of us see 1 or 2 things. Now Matia Diebima I am a select as I am a wawa. Matisia say John Mahama is trying to extend or change the constitution by extending their term in office. Me saade no ya metia me nhyɛ da mfa anya asɛm uti sɛ meti nneɛma bisa na Yeah, na mention that fine asem. I couldn't hear me fine asem. They say Ghana uhune sa no emra wo ho utie Ghana uhune sa na emra wo ho na say wa ma wani anda ho na okoma agrodiu na okoye ho say wo de wo na utumi ko wo na utumi ye niama ebre bi beba Ghana for na nkasa ene oni bidie and the videos bi ananka mehwehwe amensanka. It has to do with I don't know, say Sister Diana got it and I went to me and send me there. It has to do with Mamobi disturbance kakra ekoso between NPP supporters and NDC supporters. I think so. Yes, independent be a pre-pros, independent be a something like that. Or they are not on chance. What Galamsey in Toko ya say wasa ho baby. Na ade a one say one ya and say Galamsey and one so a wo. And I say town for no I say in Suya wo di na George and no bit to join the way so we are ready I catch me and then holiday we have in Suya wo ni na no one more abomoden ase na manaka baako pe na saa baako no emabunu na ewo area horo. And this is what I always keep saying, Michi obi awaba first and foremost. This is what I always keep saying, say yen yankasa ye wo kro no mu no yen yankasa ye omanfo no say yentumi amma ye ni anda ho utie say yentumi amma ye ni anda ho na ye de bibia akoye politics ya ye ni beba ye ho so no na age say ye ton ye ma ene ye de didi because of politics. Ensuo say sebi ensuo no essay ya ensay ma ba akufu ensay e ma ba akufu. Yes Adana eno ye one and there's a next one too and also yeah about Galamsey Omako crash. And guess what? The youth took it upon themselves to say, yes, Eben, big up yourself. I'm very good. We're about to take flight very nice. Share the page for me while we'll be on Shaby Mommy. We're about to take flight very nice. I just want to lay this foundation first. They say, and Mebunu no said there be ensure baako pa aka wo ho tio na womwanya Ghana for no omo free ho no wasafo no tie ni etumi akofa Chinese for even afa some fine ne de sebe machines de di to Galamsey no ekosi sense yo ketwa baako na eno na aka. I think I have that video. I'm sure I sent that video. I'll find it and play it because it will make the conversation more clearer. I didn't America sir. Andrew mene me ayibi good good me ba. Andrew mene me my classmate be. Ne ye little so big up. Ne ye little argument online. And I say WhatsApp so. Now unim the Austria the cheapest thing na utumi kan say Chinese ni yeden ebuli Ghana ni na ebruchiri ebe hard pa say the indigene no ebetena ho na obi SCC na say then I'm say there be Kofi you seem not to understand their work because and then that many work say and then that many work say obi a onim asem we bi anim say we I mean like, excuse me to use the word say so we Ghana ni na say Chinese ni bi ba na say nya wo na wo de ne beko wura mu ho ana nya wo na wo de beko ba bi asabe omo ye Galamsey Chinese ni no nim ba bi Galamsey ni wo ebio ehemfo eno krenti na me se me ba bebo say video no ehemfo tie ni ye pa wo mo asase ana wo na hwe nsase so abusua paninfo e wo Ghana wo mo na ma kwan say yentu gold ana diamond e wo ya asase so aban de ye de ahwe ne say onhwe so keke mayen na so wo mo eye won dia wo mo ka bi eba mu no eye hemfo ene abusua paninfo ensase ne show mo nsa And don't you read the land laws? Natural say the land is for the families, is for the people, okay, and taken care of by the government. Enti emebuni ebo modern yes sadia. One kasa betumi ayeden, won betumi akọ Galamsey site ho. Na omone boys ya eye Galamsey no ekusi ani no mapam omo afiri ho. Minua areho say Arehuseme woman say, eye enkodai eko Galamsey site no. Na Chinese for mutie Chinese for no ebieja ede egu youth na they are fighting for their water no. Woman ebietuo ede egu onso nipa mienu ewu. Na dia yaso ne say woman ne Ghana for ene yes ade we. Enti ene Ghana ni se ni sika ubenya ede atu ni botom nti. Se ye boni nua tuo kura na emfa ne ho. Onya ni sika na ondi. This is the type of society we are allowing to go on because of political gains and everything I hear. Mama ya maye ni anda ho. Mutie. Mama ya maye ni anda ho. Mama ya nye wild. Na ye di bibia, that is the video. Mbabebo video ni sisi ya. Mama ye ni anda ho. Mama ya nye wild. Na ye bejeja ye ho. Ebet now the beye MPP NDC ebre bi beba me se Ghana wan kasa wukuru untumi mpie na wasi abonten na party fo bi ne nkrofo bi omde e wo Ghana adwene e wo yetirima ne se wo yene ene se basa ene ento Ghana no wo nkai hu ni se eduaba bi a wiase wo bedua no enye den ya wo betwa so aba bibia wo de hye bia no enye den ya so be fifi ama watwa so aba. Enti wu go aduaba make sure say wu go aduaba pa na ochine bi yaka kyo say kote say aduaba ni bidi a wan kote owu endi mama ye ma ya dwene nda ho Ghana ye ba kope MPP wom NDC wom CPP wom ebi kura nto aba yankasa ye me say even what they are trying. I'm coming to play the story for everybody to listen, and I was so sad. Say himfuni bi kura no ehye kire a wunim say ye tu sa ade wi wo wasase so emebunu ne sorry ya bo wontuo obi betena nkran se wokoye demonstration obi beka tro say adwuma eni huntia ya we sojafo a yasoma ye say yenko Galamsey site na yenko pam nkrofo a yakwa a yankasa ya woro ye uniform ede ye ho age Galamsey no ya we policefo a yasoma ye say monkotwe sebe aha mayen na wo mo akwa asikanti wo mo akwaji ska ko compromise. This Galamsey fight they be America wa wo pe ma obunfume not NDC or MPP can solve that. NDC crowd they can't even talk cry because asem no e ba me Galamsey a NDC they no kwanse wo mo kasa cry cause wo mo de wo mo foaso sheda suma ambassadors they call say monkoye Galamsey who campaign mayen say ye de mo de ye ba ye be ma mo atu Galamsey na mo atu na mo nyiska de ahye mbuto MPP for the modi omoba omba be Google Galamsey omoma wonye Galamsey. This is the like and the media is so wicked say this is the communique going on. And I can say Obia nim say the only president in the history of Ghana where to ban mining. Wa ban mining totally. And another danko Kufuado. Ono kuro ya so na watumi ahyehyehye nkrofo excavators to the point where ono one party for ni bi kura allegedly had their properties burnt. Yet they want you to say that person is not rather the one who is trying to find Galamsey. The video we are near to us.
Galamsey, obi ta Galamsey nko so hard mo bo e ko so pa.
Muntiu
Edunum edi ko aduonu o wa sai tidie se do miti tu Galamsey wo so no o dinu ho awonti ase o ti ase awo nwene ho na de asem yesi wo yi eye setre krobo no eye enkurasi tiriwu no e wo wa sai si no emu baako na no e na kan na ko bi aga na ko bi frefrem ko mo aba be hye ekom ho be ye busumi be bienu kwa de mi ensanie a wo mo de excavators ne enema hodo aba be hye ho a wo mo etu Galamsey na Galamsey na wo mutu no mo de na nya forest mu de ni bia ensuo mu anase ensuo hu Galamsey bi o mo se ensuo na won na sekire probo mabunu no asese debi omu nsuo ba ko pe da ho no omu de omu bo ho ban esan se wasa nsuo pa wa asopra amanko nsuo no eye river pra yi na afen so eye bonsa nanso river pra yi de omu akuno bonsa no so omu gusu omu se no na omu de ba ko pe da ho ne de omu mpene ma China ku ya Ghana ku bi kan we me se no eno na China ku yi nti ase na Ghana ku e kan omu nyina ase ase no omu bekoso no mo yo moduma san se ahemfu bi na achete omu ekokwa omu eba ho na ahemfu no na asanso ama wo mu kwan nti omu bekoso ya adwuma na mabunu tu ana mo ko site ko se omu kwa ko stop program se ku e China ku yi se omu mo mu nyadwuma na Ghana ku yi ku yeja omu de wo mo anu yeye yanko ye mpene ye ni abiri ku ya na China ku yi su kutekutatu ene em no kese na wo mu atutuo no afamu a enipa mienu ana wo mu di yeye yanko de nim no ye nti ase ye ni abiri ko na nim no eye sekere probo mabunu no a wo mu ko de abo wo mu mara ho ban e de abo mu nsuo no mu nsa ase ho ban no etuo aka nipa mienu a ene wo kese wo mu e de wo mu akwa kogu Ahmadia hospital wo wasa daboase wasa is hospital kese ba ko a wo Ahmadia hospital wo daboase a no kwase mi condition a wo mu no eni hu papa wo mu gina uwu ene enkwa anta ni nyina na doctor ko gina wo mu so ententene me wo kese China ko no ene wo mu ana wo diagram site wo no wasa is district police command abo modern ache wo mu a wo mu ye asemu ehwehwemu na se dem di ka kan no ehwehwemu ma pan ayaye no e kire se ohinipo bi a o wa se kire probo empatem honom ono na se so kofa asa Ghana kuyi e de be se empatem honom a wo mu eye adwuma enam so ema empanimfo bi o mu wasa district assembly no kurampo etu hu anamo ema wo mu eche China kuyi bi ana so mu ya asam no de ma politiko ema ebeye ntokwa kase ye pa wasa wo hini bibi ndi empani di ntu bia no ene opani a wo district assembly ho no ni nyina eti no omo ye na sabe ya su bi bebe nti omo ejae asem na tiridie eno ne se emaguni se dabi omo nti ase ema omo mese omu nsu ba akwa aka ho enti won be kono ma akwa kwaji omu nsu ana ma ko omu nsu ho banya esa se na nanu ma mo tumi nti China koyi enya kukudu abo Ghana koyi tu a omo tibia mu anase bebe omo da sisi ano aye nyan pa e wo sekere probo wasa is atoy mantem.
Listen well, sana na kuno ya na be ya.
Kwama woye ohinekese de metuna kan se woye ohinekese pa esan se enhwemu gusu a president eye mu hwemu ntini di ene ni bibia so e divisional chief ana se woye wodi kura na India mesere na e dia so na president akoso aye omo enhwemu
na sa China foi minimu a akokoduro be mpa no munya ye emrantia no mo pretuo no ho e na mo to ye na se omu se emrantia na ba
me de sa video ni besia nini na ne se eye emrantia e wo wasa ese omunsuo omo maye nse no eno nti no wo mo kwa ko confront wo mo a sebe wo mo se omunsuo no eno ho video ana me boy ya me de kire we na said na me ka no me my Ghana for bebre na atiase say Galamsey is not about say MPP and NDC say yankasa o man for no say yan fan to ye ho say said ye be ya yensuo ye bebo yensuo hu ban nti ensuo ye nkwa ensuo yenkwa enye ya se wo bekute ska na nso nya nsuo papa nom ana hu ne sa onim se betumi akọ sa we level no se wetu Galamsey enye ska o na nsuo a obenu nya bi utie Chinese ni no no abeka kire wo wasa ho se nsuo no ono bottle water o ono bottle water na sika no so abefa ne fa na e de akonikurum uhyemu bibi ya o pit bubo sometimes kura ebi kura wu kura ye makra mebo abusuafo amane Ghana fo mbebu no ye ni a ye se ye pe Ghana yi moma ye mfa o man ni ye nimu kan chen se ye be masika ne sa ne amane de ye nimu kan no na se wote se ye se ohenepon ana ohenekase bi and akofa Chinese for we di omo aba na the same nkrofo na san sorry for mu CSOs ekoblemu na Akufo-Addo say wama ensuo na say a na ekire abayisem a nipa bi ya hyeda asra ye nwa yedidi ne wiase na me de bia meka aban bia ni wa waba Ghana waye adwuma ne adwuma so ani ne niama waye eye more curtailed to the people than this Nana-Addo government. There is none. It been see that. Na sebi you say obi sebi obi suawa so said then na wachi anepa. So what you say? Enu nti no the Nana-Addo ayama Ghana mine. The Nana-Addo afemu ama Ghana mine. The Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia etumi di abo aban we man akọ n'anim ninara. Ghana for say yente na mmom yento sa nneema pa ni na nkone na yemfante emone anwa so na yemfante gari olonka so maame udidi wi a sebio ubeja wonan yo papa ebi ana wo yem kra koka wo ntube hia yare sabia ebi a wo kono so na m say ekwan no enye nti no wakoshi akwanchi obase etumi ye kwan ni yi a even though say when didi chepe o when didi chepe nanso niame bi a ye de tutu akwa mu nti wo ye drebani a ekwan ni ye good nti na utumi ko papa trip and card 1 hour beko utumi kontemba intima mo maye mbu ye ni ngu niama we a yaye ne Ghana iso all in the name say niama bo aye de ntino ene ne ye de koto aba because medin kan ka kire mu ni na say sanke kan no kwa de na ne kwa tete say mahama de eni kwa say ye to ne so aba kure ni kwa say oba bi kure ni kwa say de ni poster kura boom because ono kura de onyu obi de half time say dika ho. That is how lucky John Dramani Mahama is. Osanya obi edie obi edi 4 years no ono di otumi nya obi de eden edi dika ho esan beje ono ankas Cynthia welcome esan beje ono ankas so de eden edika ho. So it's not like John Mahama has never been given the opportunity. John Mahama was given the opportunity. God gave him those chances to show what he can do for his country. Unfortunately, he misused that opportunity, ran this country down, sat at home for 8 years, didn't come with any tangible solutions to any of the problems we are talking about. Yet, yes, mano. Now, and there, campaign. Now the campaign is no longer about but they barber solve a problem. No, now the campaign is about Kenufuriata Ubu. The campaign is about a friend is saying Nana Santibedi to Ubu. And they say semi and funny. Now people think say it is a F. So be will talk F and only from quiet politics, and you expect to win vote with that. Last week now may come. So be by so be then and no vote every in this. Nunti muko tie sa sebe mo fanchem yo sa me former former friend ya sebe ono de enam sika boni opeso die nanso enche bia nyankopon ebe ma ne to ada adi no no ankasa dua boni ade a obro no onim de eba anko agina ye me de me se me nka hwio the American say onyankopon okon ntokwa na ma woni a ede ye ho to no so we face say ne after their MPP fo ayama no utie the MP before we bruchira ya mano woni age watena won fie woni ato aduane ama wadi woni abuwa atumi ama business ye wari gift ya ma ye ni na ye hu bi o MP before wari gift ya ma ye hu bi bibia was there, we saw everything. And that the say bitterness a wure umu to the point say you rather jubilate over the death of somebody like what that is going to bring your candidate to power. But I know it wasn't about bringing your candidate to power. It's about the bitterness and the hatred in you towards a certain session. But you of all people shouldn't have complained. Sanku biya bekasa akujinejina radio swear the sankas the same way. It shouldn't be you. Because he who calls for equity must come with clean hands. Who would our deals shady na unim? Eya say unim. He doesn't like unfair say or jubilate over obi wo. Seriously, to jubilate, so jubilative, so be by yare, not as a human being. As a human being, and you take credit for it, say, me na obi quiet, drew na dane obwa. Because so your body money ya woman na no one can free education. Now so still now what free education near madam ko chedi ko jiskedi no. Yeah, near free me those time I'm person can be we and we. So what the one no ye na maka mo say e da mensem. Me amani ni na egu mensem. Na me say na my imagine say me need time amount. Besides say keboti ye adwuma no correct. Or the mouse style be no chine bi wunya na who say yes se so na adwene and so ni nyansa. Because their own is so shameful. Say, Obi Yare is what you are selling on radio, as if say you are convincing somebody. As if say you are convincing somebody. Now they be a meka. Mr. Adoye, they be a meka. Meka chrew. Every be beba. Utie. We say every be beba. Said do abeya we gwe. Mr. Hobson, a baby beba. Said do abeya we gwe. Ubi kaswa banyo, you know. Ne do abane beye no, you know. Na ube pacho sanku wo emfao. Ka ube pacho sanku wo emfao. Uti. Nenso unyebi. Sami Jesse, thank you, sir. One left here no about and then enoka medjuma mebeye no ha no because me who say encrophobia yeah meba o mama ntu we videos be the atoto abonten say Ghana is the lowest IQ in then me patro ni na anya no kre ANDC for propaganda na ebia utie na me hearing things like that and it makes me wonder say now say auto at the bonema one kasa woman na den wenya. But I will come to that. Let me land on this man. So again, hopes na doya and then when aje say ubi dampem ubi yare. Bompaye say my yare encounter. Because o yare bobo no be patch o sanku wu mfa. It's not wu entu mfa. Me, me, I've always been honest with you. Girl, EKC by the away wrong woman in a catch plain. Say I honey hey dear and yet. O started say, oh yes, I'm quasi politics we mea unia kuma na me chi share them. Some catcher say, don't do this. Why can't you go onto a platform and sell Alan Chiramantin? Why must you always go and insult Bawumia and insult Bawumia and insult Bawumia? What do you gain? Is it because of lack of message? I even went a step further. So now me throw note man what you can do to campaign for Alan. Me na me throw man. I know my political zone people are gonna be a bit way, but now me throw the man and say instead of say obekwa kwatna radio so dey this episode ba umi atem and or ye 10 no ye den no and or ye kremoni sankwasi ade na no ye no. On phantom say Alan so ba one say ni say no be ye. Okay, I see who fellas there who are then know about politics. Oh, politics there. Me bisa me say one Sunday be. Me bisa papa we say senior man. Okay, say Ousu bempa case ne ba ya me beka bi no. O frɛ me sɛ me mfengu ngege so na ousu bempa de mi nya no. Na me se da bi bi nya madwuma saa. Sɛ enya enye. Into every turn of the way I would try say Obama me say me the only mistake in my life, and I would always say that the only mistake in my life, and then they say I cried more than the bereaved. I cried more than the bereaved because I felt say president ye nimbeguase say oman ye nimbeguase de me de me ho bobo afore ye. Na me de me ho bo afore ye. Me de me ho bo afore ye. Kano kure ne chirawo senior menye way papa on tiase. I told this man okay. Now the awuye ne say na say I asked this guy say ochine bi yemfa ne say Alan Winia me say do na me bisa answer me mfa ne say ochine bi the awuye say Alan Winia enti we sure pa say woni Alan fo no mu betumi akọ sebe Bawumia ni pe bi ho se ombra no me campaign mamu ana onim de oka kire me o fellas there say onim by politics ye wi ye bombe solve bibia na me say tie ekuro bi wo ho a ho Yemia enko. Yemia enko. So we be plotted the agu me yere animu ase no. Me really free that. Me really free that. Sister Cynthia, enya ya Sister Cynthia ye ni na ekoto aba. Beton wo de beton de a wo betumi ato ama Ghana for. Ma dane no into say otan hunu kwase atan. Ana we bewu me see on the ontwen Sister Cynthia asema me kan say me de onim me meka asa agura mo benwa na abem. So so free voter no we nduro ni ade ni nduro no eno a na besen yaku no pa o mark ne baabi no hwe. Ni nduro na ono fe say wo de ye obi no say nduro na besen yaku no. Na duro bi enu ebetumi aka na ado ne ono abusu ya make kire plain obsen that man he is covered, his family is covered, his friends are covered. Isan say we're making ultimate sacrifice to take care of Ewisia in Janka 1 year any bie or ye only bie to say or ye mob to say mobroni buafo that is who he is. And nothing Yankopon so man and 9 mpem border. Nanado, Yankopon on kunum gun anymore aseta. Na minim say ebrepem. Sister Cynthia, me minim say ebrepem. Yeni a ye kotwe sekan say yemfa nkoku nanado, yenko say nanado ni nano. Wo mo beba abe confess ebi ebe it say ye da ye kete so aye wu no ene ye beka ye num asem. Asem wa makan and there Thanksgiving. My Canadian food in our Thanksgiving. Munkai sa date we. And it's asem we are making. Yo, namakano, no. I'm very objective. I'm real like that. Enya. Now, I mean, this is saying SKB TV was so mood and then and I'm paying me the video back. We're so mood and then they are no. First, when I share no maba, why are you sharing the guy in sword for hopes? Now, why wouldn't I share? He needs to keep himself because people don't know Brahma, but just as India. That primaries we share me Kennedy side, one side, no. Nastala, many are quite weak as such a child, and onjai. To me, frame, fellas, I don't know, we don't have numbers there be. The amen for many, in whom we are meaning where you know. Me man be do a cheat and conquer. Me nims are dear no. A coban one case here by ye, me, based on evidence, ya would buy ye. Evidence ya yen sakaye the ayanka say to me researching aye and the debate program say enya all right me be see wa na meja na ma SKB TV on to us free yo me pacho eye Galamsey asemu ya em say me bo video we last week na ade we akama na nka ye ni na betumi anya saa opepa ne say the best stop Galamsey ya I think sanke beboa mo me hwe video quick I'm say last week boy but me born quick now for me go into the rest of the video so now Thanksgiving into men check by 1 hour there I have to be out of here so I can go and pick up this Nicola
yes baba ye we nyame aseda mine
the patron share page na tap screen so share page no yanko
any small scale miners association o maka bom person mu tu illegal mining ase no yes baba ye victim ye machine mienu ahye na no nkire se okon a aban pese okon edi tu eye Galamsey ase no etu atwa etu ntwae ewo mu se ye machine ahye de na nso ebekoso atai aban na chi na omo ye adwuma omo nye no okwan pa so no ye nyina kan ho abom na ye tu omo nyina ase afire ye ensuo ne babe mu tu esai enema ti ebesre small scale miners association members nyina ase obia ma na koma emra fom na ye ntai aban na chi na okopa a opese okono yenim se okono etimi wie pe ya ebebo small scale miners association eho ban esan se Galamsey eni ho a ebetimi anya asomdwe e de aye adwuma ti de esren se obia nka na koma nto ne yam na ye nyina ye nka ye humum na ye nkoso nti nyina mu na ye nko okono enye eye small scale mining ensi ho ye do bibia ase
yo video adekodenti amesai video we e ka makoma the almo can say your small scale miners and first of all big up yourself your small scale miners don't look a license even though some of them in your mining need but majority of them they are supposed to see good mining practices and na who say one anye Amila, how do you call it say one sorry ambo adwuma no ho ban a Galamsey Ebeba be say woman adwuma na womo ye no. Utie. Small scale miners o. Woman hunu say one kasa mpel papa bi amfa ma ye nsi saas galamsey ya no kwan a. Enya ade a okon no ebetumi akon. Womo niama hye, womo japade ahye. Nanso omo hwe damage a aircon so. And the fact say an extension no ebetumi ama womo adwuma a womo ye no just like total ban the send womo ban in 2018 ya de ade you know. Like they have to rise. That is the type of perception we should have. Not try to incite people, say, yen create tension was system, no election year, yen create near the agro, and yes, we are question tie, or china we are kobo we, or china we are trail na dear no, not ginsem, ya dear dear be dear grow. Ya the near may be dear grow Ghana. Charlie, freedom ain't easy to come by you. Freedom, it is not easy to come by. Life is such a precious thing. Men fa okra enko di MPP NDC echinko wunyanse nim. NDC kra di odo okra kotwa somo mo yenkwase party me na meka me kire wo. Because party a what your man mu bi nso said one more brand to person eja to man mu na ehye. Nyansa be na wom. A very demonic calculated party. All they look for is how to capture power. 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 Steal. That is the way NDC is. And they are gradually sowing the seed of an uprising in Ghana through these surrogates. Sa organized labor for it is all planned, but these people don't know. Said they are fueling this country to be plunged into chaos. They don't know, and they would NDC you are selling, and the NDC near what a young people net so the so at least yeah Tony Yanka say we end this in yan towa de no me yanjene na yama politicians they grow too long for far too long, especially this party called NDC. Now we nyansani abisa ho say party I did 27 years party I did 27 years of Ghana brabo ni na asha wonsa when to me asasa Ghana 4 years now they best Ghana enya krono sem. Seriously. Because George, party yes, we gave them the chance for them to show what they can do as NDC party. They couldn't deliver. Now all of a sudden, 4 years, the incompetent one wants to come and gather money. And the agenda is simple. One way dear Muhammad in their person and the end is only say after Muhammad, the NDC is out. Most of them will lose their parliamentary seat. They know this. It's young for Swane Yambra. Necessarily, 4 years, one term. At least the ICSC, that is what they are coming to do. And you are watching. I'm in Toronto enjoying water because the Toronto citizen would not go and muddy the waters that he's supposed to drink. That is the difference between a way Toronto mind thinking about the country and the future of the country and a stupid NDC boy who feels that everything is supposed to be pushed to the government. The Toronto here you are talking about, yes, I'm drinking good water because the citizens have come to realize, say, I cannot use just the money I want. That is the one I want. So because of the money I want, let me go and dirty the waters. Jimmy, no way, Jimmy. Toronto. Omu to go to Toronto. For you to say there's no Galamsey in Toronto. You to go to Sebi Toronto. This is all they know. When we are trying to find solutions that can solve the problem, they sit there and they make it NDC MPP. Toronto ni nu wahunu say so okohunu nsuo na wonye nsuo no mtu okohunu nsuo nyansa ne ye adwuma abua bi na ote wasa no so no nkwasia 10,000 Ghana bi obenya ntino ensuo a womu ni na no yense no wo se yamfa nkoba aban And Jimmy no where Jimmy. Mrs. I want them to suggest to me a dear and this one I'm going to add both NDC and MPP. Mufan George. At least Mahama Baye, or no CSA, he tried to stop Galamsey or try making some effort to me stop here. One stop. What powers does he have? He can get power through the parliament where he will get the chance to deploy soldiers or policemen. That is all the government can do. What else can they do? Apart from the government deploying soldiers and military or whatsoever, no, what else can the government do? Be a government. Government, one person ni pani de nyanse ni utirimu se de bi nsuo no ehonu ami nya bi num tie ni kwanse me koye wo nsuo so meye Galamsey kura na metwi nsuo no de ababa bi na mabehoro ne nchen na manse mi nsuo no na sebe sukom de mi amenya bia no ya no so akufo ado e na free Jubilee House enche ne ho enko Galamsey site na mfa konwa nsuo emfa ba na ohu ano de abọ epio na nya Galamsey. What kind of stupid mentality is that? This stupid NDC party want to cripple everybody mentally. They don't want you to think outside the box. They don't want you to become of anything. All they want you to think about is who did we are, get food to eat, and that is the end of the story. Maybe sir, one way and a government, they should come and tell me what hasn't the government done. The chick of it say, and I catch people in Galamsey and prosecute them. Have you forgotten what John Dramani Mahama wants to do? Who Galamsey found your market to Mukran Mahama so ba and former tax amnesty or no tax amnesty or Bama Galamsey for amnesty. We hear all these things. We see the videos. And you still go and blame a government. What kind of nonsense is that? In Sia Wonum, don't do big up. In Sia Wonum. One casawa bread is saying you know. Was the young coba buying some more almost saying you know. And then as I buy ye who baby. I buy you to me ben or AB or Beko Parliament. Mama me time and as a mama me the power. Now mean to me in deploy soldiers and fan come inside. Mahama when deploy soldiers. On stop Galamsey. Ekufuado. Sebi on deploy soldiers. Galamsey echa. Debbie. What does that tell you? It tell you say until say yeni and sioni ya de na no na yen sebi yes no say ya dwene anya adwuma say me say nsuo no ochene me nya nsuo no mo a we are going to continue to face this. We like shifting blames dodo. Now mo ye Galamsey ni do mo anim akote aban achi. Tale on beka sen na ye on beka sa aban tale mo ye Galamsey mo say nsuo no tale mo ye on beka sa aban. No e gbo no ho abro. No, nim say sebi odi ne to abro a ye ne yam ne water. Sebi Jimmy na onim say nsuo na wo say ne da chibi just say debi asem beba to fathers obedi ono ne de kakru obedi no only. Master Felix will say Cheddar, I think you are talking about Cheddar, is also scamming the ignorant you too. We have to expose him too. He visited UK Parliament and hired people as if he's giving speech in UK Parliament. Some of us have been there. Don't mind Cheddar. Cheddar, they said those if truly me, he's a young guy. He wants to get into politics, fine. But I don't think say Ghana ni akola nenida ebeka because a Cheddar will scanty no sabi okoto aba ma Cheddar. As if say Cheddar ba obesi say scammer mo there be entesa and a Ghana no yankope ske bi engu wa president bi ba obetete ne kakra de ama mo anopa ewia enumere edi akoto ediane edi entesa into development and amaka no you pick the Baumia agenda and not that is our sure bet. Say Ghana betumi akoba bi say kwa Baumia agenda no is our sure bet. And I urge everybody to look into it and look into that. Anyways, I know one. The next one I want to play, is it this one? Oh, let's do some funny stuff. Where they are? That's my boy.
My phone number no.
My boy, dada. Then, Mama will yanfa win fem. Patro share the Tale campaign is serious, Chairman Drew. This campaign is serious. So, mate phone in Adam Wajimo. You see, I told you an Umi. I told you an Umi. That is funny. I'll play it. I don't do an Umi. I don't do that. Now, there is this chaos going on. My person may rectify kakra. And that has to do with the Nima Mamobi area, clasher, a course between NDC and MPP supporters. The case is in the hands of the police as they have released a statement say almost so far yensa kabako investigation so de nyame ya adom ne nya baako a enkaifo ni na ye den etumi nya omo na me bo video no na maka sembi akere both NDC and MPP for youth in now let's watch the video first. Baby. So anyway I think it's which one is this one? Baby. The patrol me bao. Enyen meba. Mama me chance kakra. Na share deal. The patrol while I'm doing that, and share the page for me. The patrol nya tunsu ba o mi anya one ye. Patrol mo share page in mama while we are doing this. Why? There's this. Good. Here's the video. Okay, Shadia. NDC talks destroying NPP campaign car in Nima. Okay. Now, Madam Mahama, I did the attempt to be but the person mema yeni eda one ye Shadia. Yeni na yete Ghana elections to do MPP for your campaign. NDC for your campaign. You call radio so we cannot journey, we are cannot journey. We are be a conifi. What could it be? Sir, we are babunu na wa ma wa journey and ye juma this election. Now, uko disika and wo party a chia. O party beba power. No way. Utie. Zadana, thank you. Tidia make an yepa. So we are babunu. Na se wo de wo se obra wo ma me bra ya boso me nkuno e de chim wo antena wo konso ankun ama unufusuo a kire wo nyansa a kire wo se e de wa kosku akosu anim de se wo de wo se ni na anya de papa de be wo ho na mbom wo be ma political party bi a yenya sika ne po a ye ma obi nie ama ye kokun a ese wa ye Ekufu ado banka ho. Me papa ba omia ne banka ho. John Mahama mba ye womo mpese womo pe baby a drugs wo boxing is like cocaine. Aha. What you say? Womo pe baby e be kwa wo so ye to e wo TikTok varida nom womo musuba no baby say ye ma womo ni manijie. John Mahama mba no ye ni manijie. Your papa is the originator of the 24-hour night club. Enti won no ye ji ani. Wo sorry ye ni mani akoda mama obi ni akoda wo sorry e na no pay sebio sebim prediasa haje akoko kura wo koto ye no wantumi anto asi kira mfangum because pekoko ni bebre abudu wa fankrante wo de bebo NDC wo de bebo MPP or ye Ghana ni before the political party start thinking the youth of Ghana. Because there is something about politics Honorable Kojo Okonkwo was saying, and I'm looking for that video again because I want to watch that video again. Also in politics, never cry more than the bereaved, something I didn't pay the dear price for. And it is true. Also in politics, be prepared for disappointments. Because the same people who hold your flag will be the same people that would actually drag you down. Or see in politics, it is about whether you have an interest or you are not part of it. Or see in politics, the moment you are, there is no longer use for you, you're done pull. And it is true. I have faced some of those personally. Ye yusu we do we adwuma we aye nimu. Entimen kodi party e chikeke. Enkonko hwere kra okra na nyankopon de amawa obi nim de ochena bi ebeba wakwan obi nim de ochena wo beye no mema NDC ni bi medada wo se kona fa ade kobo obi tirim emra wo ho buku obi a wo mfa hu ni waku obi ase na life ba wo so abrabo akate. That is the end. Afen na wo kwatena prison. Na wuti prison wa dwenje no say na me kura NDC kura me kodi akire e de ba mpa na menya wo NDC na me MPP a me kodi akire e de ba mpa na makoye nu timetumi akokko ntokwa e de akuni pa enne ye de me abatu afiase. Mama Eunice, you've missed a lot because today is Thanksgiving here, so I'm about to even end it so that I can go and see if I can get something for these girls, because today they are saying they want chicken wings. But this is very, like, seeing this video broke my heart. Say NDC MPP say ya time yahu to the point say now ye crash anka first say you know anka MPP care ba NDC care ba ni na ye jina na ya sa na we the sa na we the sa. This is what we have done. And then see don't get the NDC for said there be o. Debbie. Ye pe power from ho. Ye pe power from ho. Enti se nipa kakra kra wu a enye hwe. That is the mentality NDC have. Don't let us be fooled. I'm very serious about this. They want power and they are willing to kill and sacrifice anything in the way so Mahama can come for 4 years. That is all. Let us be very careful. Utie, NDC phone caller, MPP phone caller. Let us be very mindful. It is only one Ghana. It is only one Ghana. Do not allow yourself to be used. So we NDC ni fadia kobono, we MPP ni fadia kobono. Yet we play soccer together. We went to the same schools together. You are NDC, I'm MPP, fine. We actually even chop girls together. As a matter of fact, some of us are even have girlfriends who are NDC. Some of us have boyfriends who are MPP. In the night when the doors are closed, there is no party colors. It is you and whoever you are with. And you want to sacrifice that for somebody to come to power. The youth of Ghana must wake up. It is getting out of hands. What breaks my heart, and that's why is the fact, say, nipa na say, one more person, omu bibia na obano krano, and yet on the president now. We're the president now. That is the part I don't get it. And nipa na NDC are willing to sacrifice Ghana's peace for no. He has been a president before. The serious-minded person who asked, what was his record? And before I land, I will show you some of his record. And the reason why we should not make this mistake, thinking Mahama has a magic wand all of a sudden to transform Ghana. He doesn't have a clue. He doesn't have the competence. Let us be careful. O the idea bo big trim no owu a emra ni ubedi NDC ni aboe MPP ni men kodi sankwase ade na chi. What kind of life is that? Because of NDC MPP. Let's watch the video and I'll continue. No. see? This is where we have allowed greediness, bitterness, unwanted envy to bring our nation to. Yekotuaba. For our ideas, bra. Musume for my ideas, bra. Yen tonchre Ghana for. Diane diabeto Ghana for trimuno. Yen tuaba manono meli diome. Simple. And this for said ABC say yen yanasa. Because message party yen be magana for. Now the way so near meko, you should the way a near my turning around that near meko ye diama last almost a for so as an Bible upgrade. Moody's for about upgrade, which I don't even care about those people because those people they are all skilled. Or share how they rate certain countries are better than I. You said that thing is skilled, but anyway, that is another day. But NDC is seeing the signs. The NDC is seeing the signs. It's Evelyn. In this case, and I don't even care who started it at this point. In this case, all I want the Ghanaian youth to know, say, who could dear tre at the before the cofa dear the bow near Bitrimua, and Bravo and Branu Betty. You tear the American. Who could di sa party for ye chi, Ekoyene, ye becon, ye beshe ha, what the idea bow Bitrimua, ye do betum, Unipane be awake on what's in life, but also life, I say. Now what got to jail hono and now be Genesis na me kura de nkwasiade na mayi ankabana ankame wa bontia eden dia but at least ankabana ankame didi no wa bontia eden dia ankame na me na for boss pa no wa bontia eden dia ba ankame ye bibi. All these good things and this freedom you want to sacrifice that for little change your party be the man say mo fanko ye chaos mo kokoso chaos. Let us be careful. They be a mechanical platform you so Ghana for in Mebuno. A ben quine a yajiri yahoo ash in the same crackrano. A ben quine and the yajiri yahoo achia yasumwa, yash in the same crackrano. Media, I know, just as the Bible says, with God all things are possible. It is possible, say, yes, His Excellency Elijah Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will break the 8 with the number 1 position. Sure. Obebru chira on and then I make us say yen fire last week na make us same way. Yama politicians na form hoodie. But we may a candidate we candidate check the can one near the human in a platform so. Near bisa. Urban education and Mahama or plan the same. But we may our plan the same. Urban nurses are more plans the same. Urban healthcare, more plans in the same. Urban infrastructure in terms of housing. What is your solution to address the housing deficit? This is what they put their brutally leaders into. At the end of the day, Bono must selected the correct guy who can lead the country. No, but they are more minor. And then we want to be like them. You want to be like them, but then you don't want to practice what they did in order to get where they have gotten. Opese Ghana yes a bruchire only leader keko Republican phone in Ekushia na wo Ekushia no ya pe kwan a omo be answer omo questions why na the idea ne hye ne so betumi aton your ideology na mayen Tiho need nothing to debate. Dr. Bawumia free debates mama because you guys know you are going to a now just to show you why I keep saying say NDC no semenya kamoma yem forget this party no kra ne say Adongo honorable Adongo any ana anyway we are so arrogant guy no enyo no we are why
okono yenim say
anyway so anyway me ba but the banking side na nkama pon ba me ba There is good. This video. This is Adana
because of high.
Na NDC for sorry. First, no more say you could eat Baumia a done deal. Election we crowd one year campaign. Some Fiaka, Nipani Bibriakeka. Now, Adongo is one of the loud mouths in NDC when it comes to the economy. One thing people forget, they say Adongo once held the ministerial position as the economic management, the economic planning, because at that time I'm a friend of Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning, NDC for a pencil. And he, with such a bad record, has the audacity to be talking bad on Dr. Bawumia to the point where no dreams will be to make debate Dr. Bawumia. Adongo ankase krum or sorry also a winnie we. Yeshia say yembra na yembe debate ya Adongo edwane. Adongo kukukuno or share poison ya MPP nini de pa or share squad ye kura MPP nino or share the way ya ini ya Adongo man the bag so we jan and pabwa we dwane jan and pabwa. We bebo video ni no obi asiri. Adongo kukuku yemfa Bawumia mano no yet the parliamentary candidate keke wondi play you parliament afen wo peso obawo Adongo edwane. Adongo ano kwen Adongo mbra debate ya Adongo atogurem. Mama hear video no
High tensions. Issues and then their achievements in the constituency. Volga Central 10 was yesterday, and in fact, in the midst of the program, it was called off because of high tensions. What happened? The MPP parliamentary candidate came in with high spirit, with vim. Let's see how he came in. Okay, you have seen it. And how he was cheered. The people were charged after seeing Honorable Figo, Atia, and Wanakai. The crowd cheered him up, and this is how they welcomed him. You see that? So at the end of the day, the NDC had no option than to pull off because they said per the numbers there, the MPP supporters will not allow Honorable Isaac Adongo to talk. So at the end of the day, Honorable Isaac Adongo had to run away. He ran and left the place because they were overwhelmed by what happened there. And you know one funny thing. Honorable Isaac Adongo ran and left the shoe. Watch it. That is the shoe.
Adongo Sanders have removed. Adongo Sanders have removed. Oh, Honorable Isaac Adongo Sanders have removed. Oh. Your Sanders have removed.
So in short,
so that's the shoe. Adongo shoe. Obiaka, Ken George said, you guys are here still entertaining NPP. Yes, we will entertain NPP because that is the only government that has given an opportunity to the less fortunate to be able to go to school. That is the only government that has been able, after John Mahama came, to keep the light on for 7 years, up to 8 years now, with only 10 weeks of interruption. That is the government that has been able to put money into the legal aid fund. So today, if I'm in Ghana and I have a problem and I don't have a lawyer, now just like I get legal aid in Canada, I can also get legal aid in Ghana. It is working under Godfrey Dame. It wasn't there before Ken George. That is why I would entertain MPP. I would entertain MPP because since MPP came, the government has been able to get a trade surplus, something we have not never had of or heard of in the history of Ghana. We have had trade surplus for 3 years in a row. This 2024 already, the first 2 quarters, we have had surpluses. So I would definitely entertain NPP. I would entertain NPP because unlike other governments who took our monies and used it to nourish themselves, to play with slave queens and what have you, okay, this government has been able to manage that same money, okay, to make sure that if nothing at all, technical vocation education is now free. Now I don't need to go and do meetings for me to come and learn in Sanujuma, and then through TVET being free, I can learn in Sanujuma through TVET free. So I would entertain NPP. I would entertain NPP because as we speak, cocoa farmers under the history of Ghana has seen the biggest and the highest pay per bag of the cocoa. Never happened in the history of Ghana. Not even when we were the leading producers back then. I would definitely entertain NPP. I would entertain NPP because today, should I be bitten in the farm by snake through this thing they call a drone, delivery drone, I can be able to get attention. That anti-snake venom vaccine or whatsoever can be transported to me into the farm. Let us stop this unnecessary stuff and get serious with Ghana. The Ghana people want to go back to is the second part of my video. And this video I'm about to play a very graphic. Me and Kasa mean to me trying to direct. And I can't even watch it with the sound because the sound of the lady crying gets me so angry. Like it gets me angry. But I would say viewer discretion is advised. NDC for say, Yamfa Ghana maomo. Na omon sign fa yanko ebre bi asebio. Yankasa yesika ye di akoto bank. Ye kwa ni ye bu ye disedi ya ye kromfo. Miami sika. Because my koya catch them say scan ni bank saying sika any bank saying. Ghana has lived through bad times under John Dramani Mahama. Don't let us forget it all of a sudden. Say, ne, utumi koba, and then we end this way, MPP, no koba, and koyiska, we have a transaction, BBA come and you know, it was like that. It was never like that. Those of you who are calling John Dramani Mahama back, this was what John Dramani Mahama left the banking sector. And I will back it up with document for you to see why I keep telling you, say, no kre, so suru nyame tiase. Ini kwanse nyame diye ko she John Mahama nsebio. Because on you will be papa be or person de Ghana. This was the state. Forgive me. Relax. Oh, madam.
Ghana. What for money?
Obi opese John Mahama san be di Ghana so be Nyankopon be tua oka. Obi wu ansa na da nyame de hye wo na si to nyame. Obi a sika bi a wobenya ni sika wakoje journalist ya sika bi a wakoje every John Mahama na politician wonti. Utie o support John Dramani Mahama no Nyankopon tim so atua. Osoro ma onimundi ni yeda. Obi a wo support John Dramani Mahama bia say on san fire ma me no me fa sa ade we mu no osoro ni wundi no nyonyo no. Obi yere obi nuaba obi maame 2.5 250 Ghana cedis nti okoje 250 Ghana cedis keke. And the NDC neighbor also a core banks. So I'm say Corona say boy. I'm say Kufado say bibia Madam Juliana ensa no moka. The patcho Corona say no. And then obi a core bank so ku ni sika ma ya che na abobo ni say. Abro ni say okura ba okutaba o. Ye gye ne ba na free ni sem said ye be betumi abobɔ no. Me say obi a opese Mahama san be di Ghana so bia wo soro ne wondi ne nyonyo no. Enya akoma pem na wo de yesa. Dia wo benya, dia wo bedie. Enti na wo pese John Mahama ye di tumi ma no na wantumi amfa nya hwe. Na mpo yanka sa yesika mpa da hopo na yensanka. Ena me no wo kase ko Nigeria kohwe. Me be boss video no so ama. They can't get their money. Nigeria. People go to banks and stuff like that. They cannot access money. This is just our neighboring Nigeria. Is that the case in Ghana? That you want to go and buy into the stupid Ghana Yedin, Ghana Yedin, Ghana Yedin, that stupid slogan. As if said there has been a time in Ghana, not Ghana. As if said there has been a time in Ghana, not Ghana for. Dear before ya botise wo mukra ne say and then Mr. Willie okoka almost a cement ye saying ebra cement ye wen cd mutumi si dan ebra cement ye wen cd mutumi si dan. You people don't know that made John Dramani Mahama and the NDC this to this country. You people don't know, and that is why you wish them to come back to life, to come and destroy what is being built. This is Nigeria. See, Zenith Bank, okay? Customers ni go abonti a yensanka yesika no Nigeria here.
You know they see the money, you know they see our last. You get that? So now wait till they come out.
This is Nigeria. Me pacho ena ye kase. Yesi Akufo-Addo ase Ghana, but why na akọ bank so ko yiska yam fe ni sika ama no. Pastor Felix, say amen for that prayers. This Mahama damaged Ghana totally. It's like, I don't know, all of a sudden, Wales, they have forgotten this guy. And Ghana for Mesrem. See, I say Ghana, Titina, ye pubi manabe pimpamwa. And yet John Dramani Mahama. About the video, no, somebody said I should play it again, but I remember me patcho, I can't. Obi said I saw NDC talking about food and cement being expensive. I know it's the Cynthia, you know, I'm a friend say Abrobenum and a question commercial cantata form. But and sorry, say mean to me must have video because anytime that I may boss a video, maybe I'm a boy food. Metia, na me boy food. Say Oba Besia. Ni sika o ye kwagene ya bro no. Yes, yamfa saa nipa na wa usika na wonya no and some made the Ghana subio. For 4 years, but no nya do be nya tam. No nene crop one coach in kundi. Mommy yame yen in now. Said the Amacano and send me to me and tell me free. Na me wana a yanoma babe bodo on say comedy. Muso mo chicken wings. Mr. Dana so ate man so marry chicken wings in there. Until no see your mom. Ebio may both video way because they are very important. And I say, let me even show this before. This was April 11th. Okay, Wells, I'm doing this April 11th, 2015. And I want Ghanaians to know where this man left us and why Ghanaians are not seeing, say, he has nothing else to offer Ghanaians. Yeah, this was April 11th, 2015. Among the emerging African narrative, Ghana has often been touted as something of a model. Over a decade of consolidated democratic institutions, economic expansion, and poverty reduction, with economic growth of over 6% for the past 7 years. Buoyed by high commodity prices, Ghana appeared to have avoided many of the pitfalls in macroeconomic management that afflicted other countries on the continent. When the Kufuor government discovered oil in 2007, experts believed that Ghana would use the newfound wealth wisely and avoid economic and political malice that had plagued many oil exporting nations in the region. Now, this is just a year about Ghana. This is where I want us to go. Or say, instead, listen to this. So, the anatomy of Ghana's crisis. Crisis here, I bet you can ufuri atanu ba ya wo mo be kon ye di be do baby me ma just keke so that we can just end it. Or say, instead of investing in infrastructure, public goods, and job creation, successive governments diverted the newfound finance into the pockets of civil servants. The public sector wage bill grew to 70% of the budget in 2012. A cynical reading might interpret this government spending boom as a re-election ploy for the Atamils Mahama government. No more person who win election. This is where all the problem. Mrs. 2012 election, no, Sika Mahama no do election, no nyagro. Ekufa do billboard krasa be say no to be kura mobi. Mahama billboard that kakrakabu baby. We pretend as if we don't remember any of this. But the fact would always be kind to Nanado. Or say, but regardless of the political economy, most of the spending went directly into consumption instead of investment, and imports grew rapidly. Imports grew rapidly under John Dramani Mahama. Let's go in. Or say, spending also created inflationary pressure in the booming economy, flush with international capital and expectations of oil riches. As prices rose, the currency began to appreciate in real terms while remaining nominal stable because of capital inflows. The ingredients of crisis, large deficit, short-term debt, Sadi we na make Mahama sa no ye you. No oji loan na, nkobeji loan na ebi akebe tumi atwi mu na yetumi apet time etua no, oji short-term loan. Short-term loan nti ya so utumi kotua eno na ebe ma Kufuor ho kire because ska bi obenye bi so the service loan because of the Mahama no ayede ato. High inflation and overvaluation were all there, but policymakers ignored these early warning signs, perhaps overconfident that Ghana had left the past behind. Then in 2013, the price of gold collapsed and Ghanaian exports lost significant value. With the terms of the trade deteriorating quickly, the current account ballooned to 12.3% of the GDP. The fiscal deficit also worsened as government coffers lost revenues from export tariffs, so they were not putting anything outside. Product. Now the product now export. It wasn't there. You people forget Ghana for You forget to call your mistake or fast uncle for we back. Young Cosway. I hope you are all reading. Oh, and you am me reading what I say. I'm not talking about Mr. Or say the fiscal deficit also worsened as government coffers lost revenues from export tariffs on gold. Today, the budget deficit stands at 10% of the GDP. Budget deficit. I say, I educated people here say, NDC, Mahama Penso, there was no budget here, one quarter supplementary budget. Budget BR, he ran a deficit. Every budget he ran a deficit until he left office. You want that person to come back to take care of what? What kind of wickedness is that? Let's be real. That is how worse John Dramani Mahama records are. How can he be the solution to our economic problems? At the same time, markets reacted to news of what potential monetary tightening by the Federal Reserve by pulling out of emerging markets, so-called taper tantrum, putting increasing pressure on the exchange rate. 2013. In the past year, it appears that Ghana's twin deficit have resulted in a full-blown currency crisis. Today, NDC have the guts to talk about cedi to dollar. And people are buying into it. And the media has forgotten all these things and they are buying into it. Over the course of 2014, the cedi lost 40% of its value. Rebounding only after Ghana entered bailout talks with the IMF in August. Overspending and widening trade deficit had put Ghana in a in a precarious position over fears that the twin deficits were unsustainable. International investors pulled out, increasing the pressure on the currency. This is John Dramani Mahama's record. You want him to come back to Ghana to do what? You are telling me you want Ghana to go forward and you want this man with such a record to come and rule Ghana again? You guys are crazy. Now, Chade, rising import prices, and as I said, the other Ghana credit with me and a port in the boy 2013, none of boy thing. 2013, none of boy thing. Me say I check, me say I did say I check, but give me the small time to do this. Why? Or say it have exacerbated inflation, which stood at 16.5% in 2013. And inflation, and as inflation, talk about inflation. Come and talk about Mohammed's record on inflation. Come talk about Mohammed's record on inflation and see if he has the guts to even open his mouth to talk. And to the extent that external debt is denominated in foreign currency, the balance sheet's effect has increased the government debt service sustainability, as more cedis of the revenue are required to service the same dollar debt. And the figures are there. The beta, this one, I will just take it small by small and then I will stop. The bitter medicine of austerity. Though the city seems to have stabilized, it will remain weak as long as the current account is in deficit. This means that households will feel the pinch in their loss of purchasing power. And then this is for go bag for 75. And then purchasing power rises to 3,000 per bag. I rise it to 3,000 per bag. And you want to tell me, say, Sebium Prediasa. Sabino, better. Etching what is happening now. You guys are not honest with yourself. That is the problem. Or say, hold on. However, higher interest rates make government debt harder to service, worsening fiscal problems, and with the central bank rate already at 21%. As far back as 2013, central bank rating was 21% under John Dramani Mahama. You want John Dramani Mahama to come back to this country to rule? Are you serious? Opegana ye. Opegana ye. Now, the IMF would undoubtedly require a combination of belt tightening, wage freezes, and structural reform in return for 800 million credit facility. Yabama 800, 1 billion, IMF is not willing to give us 1 billion. To give us 800 million, keke, we have to what? We have to freeze wages, do a structural reform, of which the banking sector cleanup was part of, but NDC didn't do. They left it for MPP to do, and today they will come and blame us for fixing the banking sector or doing the banking sector cleanup. Are they not demonic? Enya be isem. Minu aba ma wutie me. Enya be isem. It's a lily. Eya be isem, clearly abe isem. Because papa no record no na da wa ye ni na ye kan no. Papa no record no na da ho no. Wage freeze and structural reform in return for 800 million. All these policies will result in a loss of output, with ordinary household bearing the brunt. Intima being country, Mahama left a good economy for anybody. Mamo be nada will say Mahama bremu na emre na efo na kufuado na abema na yeting. It is not true per their own record. The IMF has already downgraded Ghana's growth to 4.8 in 2015. However, stabilization is essential for long-term growth in the future. Something akin to a structured budget rule might be useful for avoiding a repeat of this scenario. The government must institutionally commit to spending only primary tax revenues during good times and saving commodity income for the bad time, rather than exacerbating the booms and burst with cyclical spending. This is where John Dramani Mahama left Ghana. And Tumiko can say Yahweh Amanaka Dumpe. Yahweh Amanaka Dumpe. The same John Dramani Mahama Yamene can answer me. In 2016, Ofribole were the president there. Yes, it was a media debut. In 2016, this is John Dramani Mahama. Bole schools lack furniture. People study on bare floor. John Mahama. Okay? He was number one, an MP for the area. He became a minister, deputy minister, vice president, president. Onoani krumu bole pambo enkwada na yisuya ade wo form. And then obi to me bamani look say today is the first time I yisuya ade e wo form. Today is the another day yisuya ade wo form. In see that inadequate furniture in some basic schools in the Bole Bambwe district of the northern region has forced pupils to sit on the dirty floor during class hours. Some of the pupils even lie prostrate with their books in front of them to enable them to do class exercise. You want this man who became an MP for Bole and was not able to give anything for the people of Bole, including even giving them furnitures. You think this man has your interest at heart that you want to go and sell Ghana to John Dramani Mahama again so that he and his cronies can come and steal? Now, I have to let you know this too, because this is another propaganda. Also, almost say yesterday, you say Ghana or Maya, you want the lowest IQ ever African patch, and no credit. And no credit. Ghana and or Maya, what the lowest IQ. Nepal, 42.99%. Ghana, 58. Ivory Coast, 58. And this is average score. Okay? Average score. Nepal Air 1 42.99. Liberia 45.07. Sierra Leone 45.07. Guatemala 47.72. The Gambia 52.98. Nicaragua 52.69. Guinea 53.48. Ghana 58.16. Ghana 58.16, almost 60%. The average, okay, almost 60%. And the question again will be one more you know. And also if we hear better man, I say free education and more person almost running it down. Free education Obi said Lily Wills Paul said Muhammad should come to him. He will get record for him. No, seriously, like this thing, it cannot be acceptable. Ghana is not the country with the lowest IQ. It is not true. Now, free education, it will still stand as the biggest single most largest policy ever instituted by any government. Ghana, it tracked close to 60%. So how can you tell me you'll be only at 42%? It try a better will be only 58%. It shows you, say, this NDC people have nothing better to offer. They have nothing better to offer. The same John Dramani Mahame. Medemano Ebewi. Nempena bakuni last no oko oyeye ama ye papa Mahama ekoye nsiye shatade black ekotena eye ne yire minim se ne yire penus ne yire kuma echi we ono yire kuma because say ma melody na number 1 ntino ne yire ba ko na papa we yankasa won fere adio. Seriously, it's a Lily. Miss Bell ne Tracy Boache asemu ye ba ye hwe ni wo de bre papa. Na papa we ye tumi ase ye fura ntoma efura tade akotena Miss Bell eyi ase. Ya 7 no wanunum bi edidi kama. Ye nja no kura no wonko say ni. Such an immoral man with no respect for the wife. Obana o cheat on no with on your woman no o kona ye kotena se jinkonya muntie Mahama yere baako ono adanse di a odi edefa free education ho yanko
but you know
Meba me mama Charity nyano it saying or say that was said it happened to me in 2014. I went to EcoBank for 5,000 cedis from my own account. I didn't get. They gave me 2,000 because they didn't have sufficient money in the bank. Okay. And then, Ghana for say, yam forget this idea winning. Na yam fa imra. Obi say, bro, chilling small. Now into Coachelia, umpena mami yase. We are a camera in Asia. That man has no respect for himself. But anyways, Miss Bell, tell us what you know about the free education. Yanko.
High school. And baby, I course, baby, I like Oracle. Free SHS, no? Yeah, I am. Idevi, Ankasa. But you know, I can't near. Your bumpire saying I'm sending in a bedroom. A bedroom. Bako, Sana, and she share in the coin. My confirm me back. Free SHS no. She say man Jane. Oh, because now me the two radio soon in some will be, you know. So when I was going media, I passed by the bank and took my money. I didn't want any long talk with you because me I'm more needed that, you know. So I took my money, put it in my bag, ready to go and face what's waiting for me at Achimota Senior High. I feel a sit table 1, you're table 2, Then I heard someone asking, are we supposed to buy books and uniform and blah 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 and blah blah blah? And then the response was, oh no, government has paid for government has paid for everything. So just go and get ready and come to come like like Charlie is true. They say government has paid for everything, no, they tell you. Books with school uniform, school uniform, just admission fee. Just say everything is free. Prospectus na the things we are going to buy are things that like you usually take to school after paying everything. So is there any provisions, any mattress, any enough for, but at least I take kind of so. And Nana say, okay, how are you? And Nana, yeah, that's you. One district, one dam was the one patron. I must why a becca. A bounce so a passo. Can I hear yin yin in I pay? It's today I'm speaking tree, I'm prophesying in tree. Madonna Santini at once. Oh, I can't cry. Bitches are becoming believers, you know? And I see an amassima no de call I. Achimota high school, I may corner some Muslim de. Mecca, but if I grown to change, you know, say yeah.
Yo, enti ya papa mama girlfriend ba kono no. One day na yere no doso. We e ba ko a. We no see ni ya relegate no cause sebe we kunya dwene. Adwene akoba no hunti no see no enche da anye won akono bi. Hu yeso ka adwene de ke de dwene na nam na e papa mama so mpanya nsafo oni akwase ampafo na be na ntinti no. Sa na akoye. Ansa na mahama emra no na sa de wi eni ho mesre Ghana fo ni na moma yema yani enda ho na yenhwe ya ebeboa oman na yeni na mfa yakoma enter His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na ebere no du a 7 December okona wo koto aba ye wo ba na daache hwe books yanka beto hwe uniforms yanka beto hwe trinsa na ss anka ekotu ansa wo de obesua de hwe koko price achia embu ye no eche abebu nina mesremo mama yen keep His Excellency Nanado's legacy alive by voting in His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia order number 1. Order number 1. It's not so hard to see. It's not so hard to see. Uduruwa, he's number 1. Now they are carrying the so back. Obobo, they are tumuboko. Uduwa, what they are carrying so 1. We say in the yeno. And kwa yini say, emanin ko PM kwanchen. What the kukumutine pass to say. Kuvutu sa say. Timu so say. Ati ase ye ba down aba be chire. Ye ba down aba chire sa na yemani ni na, but yes, that is what it is. Mesremo. Yenkoto aba no Emma His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Na ombedi Ghana ni. Na yento aba mani MPs ni na. MP bia ojina ewo MPP dimu mesrew monkoto aba na momo. Na sebe Dr. Bawumia wini a wetumi anya numbers dodo a ode beye sa enuma pay a waka kire so obeye nyina. Onyo trofo mema NDC for nada. Okay, oka say ye beche laptops I'm a teacher for ya che. Oka say ye beche tablet I'm a student ya che. Oka say ye be medical drone ya ye. Oka say ye be ambulance service ya ye. Or be promising a fire service and the fire service when you in your trucks and then look at the trucks they are having. Yeah. Mama NDC ni Peru interest being cancer about Umia trophy and ya no cre on your trophy de biada. Momi and Fagana and Shanisa. Na Ghana between up and into my paddy fra. With the money nase. Mama said I'm in trying corner in fancy. Mamma koye. They have heard their between the I am uncle lay na Oma me bome. the money nase some tea me so bonny you see any bonny you fra and bonny a cartoon one a journey and watching a bonnet down bonny every free and ya one chaffa one a pay a number one a pay moja beno moja yeshua hamashia demo. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, especially my Canadian fans. Happy Thanksgiving to me now. Bye bye. I was telling Liliam Sanka, I was sending me video. I was sending me video. I was sending me video. Sorry.